Hello. Thank you for checking in. Great to see everybody. Hello. Hello. Thank you for checking in. It is Tuesday. Terrible Tuesday. Technical Tuesday. Traumatic Tuesday. Talk too much Tuesday. We have to find out a name. It is Tuesday, and you are live with Lorielle New on YouTube and Google Hangouts. So thank you so much for checking in. And YouTube has just started right now this second, so that is how long the lag is between when I talk and when you hear it if you're watching on YouTube. So hello, thank you for checking in. Let me say hello to everybody, Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Teasus and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Jim Danby and Sturgis Guy and Sam and St. Clinton and Philip Lee and Wing Doggy. Thank you for checking in, and N1QOV, and Joe Barney, and Red Stapler. Let me make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Angie suggests, let's ramble like idiots Tuesday. How would that differ from any other day, Angie? That's what I... Allura suggests titillating Tuesday. I'm not sure if that is FCC approved. Hello. Tantalizing Tuesday. Tasty Tuesday. Tasty Tuesday, where we talk about food all day long. How about Tasty Tuesday? Alrighty. Oh my goodness, we finally come up with a Tuesday. Tasty Tuesday. From now on, Tasty Tuesday is going to be all about food, food, food. My favorite subject. Hi, Wing Doggy. Tasty Tuesday. Woohoo. Let me make sure I got everybody here. Hello. Marcel said, well, yesterday, yeah, well, I might have talked about food yesterday, but now we officially have designated Tuesday, Tasty Tuesdays. I do talk about food a lot, don't I? Don't I? Woohoo! Hi, Wing Doggy. So, guess what? I had a little bit of a scary moment last night. It was pretty late. It was about 2 in the morning, and I heard this scratching like outside, and I thought it was like a rat or something caught in one of my traps. And I heard it sounded like something big scraping, and I was like, "What is that?" And then it stopped, and then it started again, and then I heard like a boom, boom, boom. Like something was jumping on my shelves and the roof, and I was like, oh. And so I turn on the lights and I go outside, and I've got like my broom, and I'm looking, and there's no mice, no rats, nothing in my traps, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I look up, and there's a giant raccoon right like 3 feet away from me, 3 feet away from me on the like overhang. And he had been on the roof, like boom, 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 and he was dragging something on the roof, and I was like, ah! And I screamed and I yelled, and I'm like, what are you doing? Get out of there! And he went scurrying, and then I got the ladder, and I went up on the roof, and I had to chase him off the roof at 2 in the morning. Otherwise, he was going to be like climbing, and I was like, no, you're not moving in. And I was like, oh my God, I was so, it was such a shock to look up and see this big face, like right, I'm like, ah! Marcel says, poor raccoon. And no, I did scare him. He had luggage. No, there was like some like bottle or something on that somebody had thrown on top of the roof, and somebody had thrown something up there, and he was like dragging it across the roof. I don't know. Raccoons, they. But I was like, and then I started thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want that raccoon in the back. What if a raccoon got caught in a glue trap? That would be a mess. Oh, because it would stick to him and he would keep walking. It would. Wing Doggy says, oh my God, they can kill you. They'll jump out and their claws can cut your throat. Ah! A killer ninja raccoon. Wing Doggy says they can kill a dog. I had a broom. I had a broom with me. So yeah. I was like, holy cow. I have never, I'm like right here in the city. So I know that there are animals around, but usually it's just mice and rats. It's the first time I've actually seen right here in my little city area a raccoon. I was not expecting that because I'm definitely not in the woods. Hi, Angie. Hi, fairies. Hello. Marcel says, how does a raccoon taste? Yeah, so, and then this morning I went out and there was graffiti on the wall behind, on the back of the movie theater, so I had to paint over graffiti. Urgh! Somebody in the middle of the night painted some graffiti. Angie, don't hang on to anger. It only hurts yourself. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, that was my excitement, but I was like, holy cow, I was awake like for an hour last night, worried about the raccoon. That the raccoon was coming back. It was. Wing Doggy says my friend that he's buying a house from is a grand champion coon hunter. I don't want to hunt anything. I just want to chase them away from my area. I don't want to hunt anything. Just keep them out of my backyard. He is just like a panda, yeah. So it's Tasty Tuesday, so which means we need to talk about food. My favorite subject. And I haven't tweeted any recipes yet today, which is unusual. I usually try to tweet a recipe at least once a day. Thank you, Angie. Angie says, I could never be mad at you, Lorielle. That's because I won't let you. I have made an edict, proclamation, a rule. It is, yes, you're not allowed to get angry at me. Or anyone, Angie. Because Angie, you know that is, well, that is your weakness, your weakest link is your anger. Sometimes anger is good for you, sometimes it's not good for you. Everybody has their strong points and their weak points. And I have plenty. Oh, I have so many. But Angie, your temper, I think it gets in the way sometimes. It overwhelms you and takes over. But it's not a bad thing, and you're not the only one who has that. It's not horrible. It's just you're so much more. You're so much more. Well, Angie, don't let it go, Angie. Let it go. You're more than that. You're getting smarter every day. David Jones? Oh, David Jones is coming in with the Tasty Tuesday note. Cherry white chocolate oatmeal cookies. Oh my God! Wait, what? Wait, do you have those now? Are you making those? Cherry white chocolate oatmeal cookies? Oh no, I do want one of those. David Jones says he has them on his Instagram. Oh. Instagram, I am on Instagram, but I barely do anything. I don't go on Instagram. Sometimes when somebody has like a Facebook and they have an Instagram, I can then like click on it or like follow them. But because I don't have a smartphone, which is basically how everybody does Instagram, because you're on a smartphone doing other stuff, so I'm not really on. I have it, but I don't use it. I don't go there. It's pretty much inactive. I do have an iPad, but I'm almost never on my iPad. I have an iPad, but my iPad doesn't have cell phone service, so the only time my iPad works is when I'm actually at some place that has wireless. So I don't usually carry it around with me. Sue says, hi, T says, I'm still not quite sure. You know, I have the iPad. I'm not quite sure how to use it or what to do with it. I still haven't figured out what to do with it. And I was all excited about filming things on it and stuff, and then I had all that drama about the editing things weren't working, and it wasn't working on the Windows, and it got really frustrating, and I couldn't get anything edited, and that was the main reason why I wanted it, is I wanted to be able to film things and edit it. And the iPad editing thing doesn't work the same, doesn't have the same functionality as the actual Mac editing program. They're like missing some of the elements, so it's very frustrating to me. David Jones says he uses his iPad as a TV remote. That's a pretty expensive TV remote. So it's Tasty Tuesday. I made homemade soup actually over the weekend. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of the cabbage soup diet, which it's kind of a silly diet if you want to know my opinion. It's basically, the diet consists of you make this special soup. It's more like, they should call it vegetable soup. They call it cabbage soup, but technically it's vegetable soup. It's a whole bunch of stuff in it. It's not borscht. It's not really cabbage soup. It's vegetable soup. But the diet is called the cabbage soup diet, which is a bit of a misnomer. But anyhow, I digress. And then each day of the week is like you're eating a different food. Like one day is you're supposed to eat steak and tomatoes. And one day you're supposed to eat bananas and cream. And one day it's just vegetables. And one day it's just fruit. It's like weird. So and that's the part that annoys me. I'm like, what is this stupid eat this on this day and this on this day? That's not a healthy eating plan. And that's a ridiculous diet where you eat special food. I don't even know what the reasoning is for that. But the good part about it is the soup. If you make the soup and you just want to eat a homemade vegetable soup, because the soup it's supposed to fill you up, gives you lots of like vitamins and fiber and nutrients. Laura says, and gas. Laura says, and gas. and, um, and the soup is the part about the diet that's supposed to be the most important, because you can eat unlimited quantities of the soup because it's basically calorie free. And as Linda's pointed out, a bit of like an intestinal drain out helps, gives you gas, helps everything flow. So one of my friends is not doing the other 7 days of ridiculousness, but is focusing on eating the vegetable soup all day, every day, and as a supplement to like regular meals. So I made vegetable soup for my friend. However, I made my special version of the vegetable soup, which is way better than the recipe that is listed. If you go on websites, if you Google cabbage soup diet, you can get the vegetable soup recipe. And of course, mine has a whole bunch of extra fresh herbs, lots of spices, lots of extra really like turmeric and parsley and cilantro. Mine doesn't have any salt in it. Mine doesn't have any of the when you look at the recipes online, they say to use like vegetable stock, like a soup stock. I don't. Mine is all from scratch. There's no sodium, no extra stuff in there. It's pureed vegetables and a whole bunch of really. So mine is a pretty spectacular vegetable soup. It'll make your nose run too. Marcel says, sounds like plain water to me. No, mine has, let's see, I've got some of the chayote squash pureed from my vegetables. There's cabbage and kale and tomatoes and carrot puree and celery puree and sauteed onions and parsley and cilantro and turmeric and garlic and some tomato paste and a whole bunch of mushrooms. And let's see, is that it? Is there any more? It's very tasty and very satisfying. So as part of my Tasty Tuesday, that is my Tasty Tuesday soup. And Tasty Tuesday, but with a healthy kick. And I try to use all like organic vegetables with it. And then I puree some of the stuff to make a thick soup stock, and then some of the stuff I just cut into small pieces. So it's a mix. It's a thicker stock. I don't like a watery soup, but I like little pieces of vegetables, but not too big, so that you have like a stew, kind of like a thick stew instead of a watery soup. David Jones says it's salsa vegetable soup. No, Angie. Nobody's mad at you, Angie. But turmeric is good. Kale adds all kinds of really healthy stuff when you add that to the menu, and it's good for add some vegetable protein. And then turmeric, everybody knows turmeric is very good for you. So that was my Tasty Tuesday healthy soup recipe. And Linda, how's your cooking been going? Nothing lately. and David Jones, did you put up? Did I see a recipe? I was talking, and you put up a recipe. Did you put up the recipe for the speaking on speaking of healthy, of that white chocolate cherry oatmeal cookies you were mentioning? Or somebody else put up a recipe? I think I missed it. Linda wants steak. Oh, you did? Well, yeah. So, and then of course I make my own homemade hummus. My homemade hummus, organic hummus from scratch, which is green because it has so much herbs in it. That's right. You did not send me a batch of cookies. Where is the love, David Jones? Not only did you not send me cookies, we never moved forward on that proposed Pizza Fridays. Yeah, no cookies. Angie, it's all good. It's all good, Angie. David Jones says, no, David Jones. That we voted. We voted. Everybody voted, David Jones, that Friday was going to be Pizza Friday, and that it was a tradition that we were going to maintain, and that you were going to have to send me a pizza every Friday. The whole group voted, David Jones. Yeah. You may have abstained, but everybody, you were outvoted. No. Allura can't buy me any pizzas. I won't allow Allura. Allura's on a limited, she's on a limited budget. No extras. No extras. Angie, it's all good. Relax. It's all good. Oh, and Julia just emailed me, and we're making another short film in, I think, 2 weeks. We're making another little short film, which is another teaser trailer for. We made the first teaser trailer for her movie, which she raised some of the money for, but hasn't moved forward yet. I think there were some obstacles. She's making another teaser trailer for another film. So she's so awesome, my little sister. So in 2 weeks we're going to be filming. I don't even know what it's about. I haven't read a script or anything, but she just emailed me a little bit ago, so I'm very excited about that. Though it entails driving to some place like Palmdale. I think that's at least an hour and a half outside of Los Angeles. I'm concerned. I do not know whether or not my car will make that far of a drive. I'm concerned. Might have to see if I can get a ride with someone because I'm a little apprehensive to drive my car outside of the city. Anywhere outside of uh, uh, cell phone and AAA towing service. David Jones says I need a smart car. Angie, relax. Angie, you're calm. David Jones says the smart cars are very tiny. They are very tiny. They look like bumper cars. They look like you could just go bing. I would not want to be in a smart car and have somebody hit you. I think it would just launch. I think they would just completely launch and be airborne. As you know, and it's small, so people might not see it while they're driving their giant SUVs and texting at the same time. It's easy not to see what's happening on the road in front of you when you're too busy texting. Angie says those are tiny little death traps on four wheels. I have to say, I kind of agree. But they get good gas mileage, which is fine when you're dead. Who cares about gas mileage? Though, you know, I don't know if you guys have seen it in the news. There's a couple, Tesla and I think Mercedes, some of the big car companies, they're testing out prototypes of driverless cars. Like every single movie you've ever seen in the future, cars drive themselves. Where every single future movie, cars are taxis. They have like a robot driver. They drive themselves. Okay, we are on the precipice of science fiction in our lives today. They have prototypes of driverless cars driving around Google and Tesla and Mercedes. Soon all of our cars will be controlled by robot brains, because humans keep crashing. If you take human error out of the driving, there'll be less crashing. They've been talking about this. Actually, they've been talking about this for the last 25 years. Even having, you know, chips embedded in the road that would keep cars, you know, like where you pick up the signal, the car picks up the signal, keeps cars from getting, where the car has a sonar and the road itself has a sonar, that keeps all cars from ever getting too close to each other. And therefore not crashing. But, all right. So next Tuesday we'll have a lot of food talk, because next Tuesday is going to be Tasty Tuesday. Food, Tasty Tuesday about food and health and diet tips. Health, nutrition, and tasty food. You know I like to talk about food, so I'm so excited. I feel we came up with a moniker, a name for Tuesday, so thanks, guys. Congratulations. Yay, us. Marcel has Marcel's recipe for the week. Oh, wait. Oh, there was the recipe that was somebody was putting up, Marcel. Now, what is this? It's so long. Korean. Oh, you need a grill, a table grill. All right, so I am just about to sign off, but I will be back tomorrow at 5:15 Los Angeles time for Hump Day. So let me say goodbye to everybody. Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tisas and House of Dave and Sam and Tim Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Red Stapler and John McCain and Wing Doggy and N1QOV and Joe Barney and Tisas and Sam and St. Clinton and Philip. Thank you for checking in. Let me make sure I got everybody. Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover. Marcel. Thank you for checking in. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Eat something healthy.